This is the SF Productions Podcast Network.
I'm being told we have an update coming in.
From the Pop Culture Bunker, I'm Mindy.
And I'm Mark. You can check out our audio podcast, How I Got My Wife to Read Comics, on iTunes or on our website, sfpodcastnetwork.com. Now, there's been some movement on some topics we've recently discussed, so this is our first catch-up episode.
Woohoo! Not like ketchup,
Yeah.
but catch up.
It's our updates. So, first off, we gave our predictions on Dancing with the Stars a few weeks back, and we're now 4 weeks into the season as of this recording. So how are we doing, Mindy?
Not very well. Not very well at all.
Yeah? So, Keyshawn Johnson was eliminated first. We both thought he'd do far better as an ex-athlete.
Yeah.
I picked him to go to be fourth.
And I said second. And
Right.
Apparently we didn't research him or anything.
Yeah,
he was bad.
And then Bill Nye went out second on an injury. Although he tried his best with an immobilized knee, we both thought he'd go out and around the middle somewhere.
I didn't think he'd be injured. I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of hard to call.
Sure.
Yeah.
And of course, he had swing dancing experience, so we thought, okay, well, he should do relatively well. But
Plus, he's very popular with a certain segment of
right.
viewers, I
Sure.
think.
Sure. So third to go was Valerie Harper. It was shocking that she made it really this far in the competition due to her recent cancer treatment.
Yeah.
And we thought she would pull out before she was actually voted off.
Because, you vote off somebody who has terminal cancer, I don't know.
And yet they did.
Yeah.
So we ended up both getting it right.
Yes, for the wrong reasons.
For the wrong reasons, but we picked the right slot for her. And then this past week, Christina Milian was taken out, and considering we had to Google her to find out who she was.
Yeah, and it was the audience vote on that one, clearly.
Yeah, because she actually had
the highest score for the night. So
that's really bad if you're a celebrity. That's not a good sign. We were both one off from in our prediction. We thought she'd go out eighth, but
so that's not bad.
Yeah.
Hey, 2 out of 4 so far, right?
Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if Derek Huff has some sort of compromising photos of the judges.
Yeah.
If not, how does he and Amber Riley keep getting these incredible scores?
Right. So, what do you think of the new format so far with 1 episode a week?
It works a lot better. Certainly, all the fluff from the results show.
They're adding it in now slowly
Now
as they get fewer dancers.
Yes.
I really don't like the idea, though, of them waiting till the end of the show to announce it. And meantime, they're plugging to call in and vote because you could be wasting your votes.
Indeed.
And a lot of people probably did this week on Christian whatever.
Yeah. So we covered the announcement of the new Doctor Who a few months back. And then we learned just last week that some of the lost episodes have been found.
Ooh, yes. This is quite the news for Whovians.
Absolutely. Because many of the episodes from the early part of the run in the 1960s were taped over by the BBC.
Right, because they needed to use the videotapes. They were, as other networks were, too cheap to buy new videotape.
Right. And they never thought there would be a secondary market for TV shows.
Yes, who's going to rewatch something, especially something like Doctor Who?
No, that'll never happen.
No.
And BBC was hardly alone in doing this, as you mentioned. The first Johnny Carson Tonight Show was taped over. Most 1960s game shows were also taped over.
And the only way any of these will ever come back is if something happens like happened with these Doctor Who episodes.
Exactly. There have been rumors about some Doctor Who episodes being found from time to time, but until now, it's always ended up just being a rumor.
And in fact, the BBC was offering a full-size Dalek to anybody who found a lost episode.
Right. So these episodes were found in Nigeria, and the BBC sent these out for rebroadcast in various markets at the time, and someone found them in a closet somewhere.
Right.
So 9 of the episodes, comprising 2 storylines, have been added to iTunes. And it's unclear whether there are more than just the 9, because the original rumor said, we found hundreds of episodes.
Well, and it could be, though, that of that 100, they already had 91 of the episodes.
Or that they need to spend more time cleaning them up to make them,
actually viewable.
usable. Yeah, because videotape, if it's sitting in a room that's hot for like 30 or
In
40 years,
Nigeria.
it's not.
Could be bad.
It could be bad. All right, so we just went over the new fall shows, and of this recording, we've already had 4 casualties.
Yay!
So Lucky 7 on ABC and We Are Men on CBS both got the axe after only 2 episodes apiece.
Yeah.
We watched that Lucky 7 pilot. Not surprised it's good.
I'm not surprised, no. It could have been a good show.
But it seems like a very limited concept.
Yes.
You're only going to have so many storylines for your run out.
Right.
Unless you go, okay, now let's move on to somebody else who won the lottery.
Right. Well, yeah.
And we didn't even give We Are Men a shot.
No.
It really looked bad, and apparently it was.
Well, I feel bad because it had some big names on it, including Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't get something in his contract giving him a guaranteed season order after, coming off of Monk.
Maybe even he thought it was bad.
Yeah, he didn't want to. He's like, you got it anyway. Nah, it's okay. If you cancel it, that's good.
Yeah.
And then Ironside and Welcome to the Family, both on NBC, got the boot late last week.
We watched, or at least we started to watch, The Ironside.
Didn't even get to the first episode.
I was just so disappointed because it was like, Ironside breaks all the rules, I mean, it was dumb.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Ironside. Why even call it Ironside?
Right.
Didn't make sense.
Yeah. I'll go back to what I said when we first talked about it. Go and watch the Raymond Burr original on MeTV. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, in terms of Welcome to the Family, is Mike O'Malley the new Ted McGinley? This guy has no luck with TV shows.
Oh, well. And he's not bad.
He's not bad. He
like Ted, he's not bad, but he doesn't seem to pick them well.
Yeah. So we've watched a number of the new shows, and just wanted to give our thoughts.
Okay.
First one was Sleepy Hollow.
Much better than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I'm really surprised. I thought this was a very limited concept as well, but wow, it's impressive because there's this whole mythology thing going on,
and I think
a historical angle.
What we've read is that it's some of the people who are on Fringe are involved with that, and they learned a lot from making Fringe, and they're not making some of the same mistakes they made there.
Yeah, they still are going with Monster of the Week, but there's also an overall storyline in the background, so you get both. Mm-hmm. And the 2 leads, I think, are really great.
Yes, I do too.
Very impressed with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much with Mom.
Oh, I'm so disappointed. I wanted to like this, but...
Allison Janney, I don't know what she's thinking.
Unless the second episode got much better, which I won't know because I'm not going to watch it.
But apparently it got a full season order.
So, who knows? Maybe we'll come back to it if we run out of things to watch.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a while.
Yes.
Hostages. Now, we've taped that, but at least I haven't watched any of it yet.
I haven't watched it. I don't know anything.
Yeah.
No.
It's like a mini-series type thing. It's 13 episodes.
We'll wait till all 13 are out. Then we'll binge watch it.
Right. Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ooh, it's every bit as good as I hoped it would be.
Yes. Now, it's actually not getting as good a ratings as people expected. It's actually doing quite well, but I think they expected the equivalent of Avengers numbers.
Yes, but I don't think
that wasn't going to happen.
No.
No.
But I bet it's getting a lot of DVR.
Yeah, absolutely. And apparently the hardcore Marvel fans aren't as happy with it, but it's like, okay, that's a very small audience compared to the general TV market.
Well, that's just like when we watch a DC movie.
Right.
or Star Trek, we're the hardcore audience for that, and the fan for that. We might have some quibbles with it that other people don't have. So.
Exactly. Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Liking that so far, amazingly.
And that also got a full season order, and it's going to be the show that's going to air directly after the Super Bowl they just announced, which I don't know how big a deal that is anymore.
Yeah, because people DVR things.
Yeah. The Goldbergs.
Horrible. Again, we didn't get through the first episode.
No. Trophy Wife. Better than we expected. It's okay.
So far, it's okay. It might get better. You never know.
Right. Back in the Game. Another one we didn't give a whole...
we kind of bailed on that one,
This whole Little League thing. Ooh. Oh, it was pretty terrible.
Yeah.
The Tomorrow People. We've watched 1 episode. We still have another one on the DVR.
We might watch it. We might not. It just depends.
Yeah.
I was expecting better.
Yeah. Crazy Ones. Now, again... That's a show that I actually had pretty low hopes for.
Low expectations.
Yeah. as you said,
It's pretty good. I like it, but they could use about 25% less Robin Williams.
just dial him back a bit.
Yeah.
It actually would be a really good show if he wasn't in it.
Yeah. We said, boy, you take him out and you just give it to Sarah Michelle Gellar and Hamish, whatever his name
Linkletter,
is.
yeah.
Linkletter. Yeah.
And then the Michael J. Fox show. I think there may be too many elements going on this show. I don't like the addition of the other anchor person, Anne Heche.
Yeah. The sister or friend or whoever it comes in, I'm not sure you need her.
There's a lot of people going on here. It seems like they're still kind of tweaking the show.
Yeah.
So that's what we've seen so far.
But altogether, not a very good TV season.
Right.
So you can check out our audio podcast, How I Got My Wife to Read Comics, on iTunes or on our website, sfpodcastnetwork.com. From the Pop Culture Bunker, I'm Mindy.
And I'm Mark. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.